Which camera is it? It's that one.
This one, yeah.
This, okay. 1, 2, 3, and here we go. Hello, everyone. Welcome to this masterclass on Google AdMob. We put together a team from product, from support, from optimization, and we're looking at the hot topics on how you can go to the next level with your AdMob account. The most common questions that we get and the best practices we would like to share with you today. This is Miguel Mayer. I'm a mobile monetization specialist, and I'm here today with Adam.
Hi, guys.
Mobile product specialist, and he's going to start sharing with you. We put together some slides about the best practices and really hopefully just to help you out in this few minutes, making your life easier with your journey with AdMob. Adam, give it a go.
Brilliant. So, yeah, thanks everyone for joining us. As Miguel mentioned, I'm the product specialist for AdMob based out of EMEA. And I just want to get started with kind of how to implement all of our ad formats successfully on AdMob and just touch on some of the more basic points before we get Daniele in, who's going to really talk about now you're actually monetizing the AdMob, how to do it even more successfully and optimally. So Miguel's just going to share some slides that I put together. So let's get started. So basically with AdMob, we're able to provide you with a solution that really enables you as a developer to monetize your application's platform irrelevant. So we have solutions for both Android, iOS, and Windows Phone 8 with our mobile advertising solution. So as you already started with AdMob, I just want us to take a step back now and let's have a small discussion about what AdMob is and why it can help you really be successful. So as a developer, you'll know already that all you need to do to begin monetizing your apps is to sign up to AdMob, download the SDK for your particular platform, and use the developer guides in order to implement the ad format of your choice. But what I wanted to touch on briefly was something that I think is really important that we've got released from Android recently, and that's the new Android SDK. If you're an Android developer, it's really key that you make use of this SDK, as it enables you to make the most out of some features which we're providing you as Google. So with the new Google Play Services SDK, you're going to make use of Google's technology that will really unlock a few things. So for example, one great feature that we've got is automatic updates. If we make a push to the SDK, which is going to make an improvement, perhaps it fixes a bug or it makes a new feature advancement, then you don't need to push that update to your users, we'll push it to them. So that means that now you can be using the latest features from AdMob without needing the users to update your app. And this is a really, really great new feature that our developers have been calling for. We're really proud to bring this to you with the Google Services SDK. So getting started, let's take a step back even further and let's think about something. Making money through AdMob is all about understanding your users and what they actually want from your content. So before you implement AdMob and you think about new ways of perhaps monetizing your app, you really should be able to understand your users and really decide what it is that they want out of your content and how they're using your content. So I'll be touching on this in another session later on about Google Analytics, but it's really important to analyze your data. So first of all, where are people actually using your app? Which screens are the most popular to them? Which ones are they using on a daily basis? Which ones are they using on a weekly basis? Once you've got that nailed down, where are people moving around in your app? What are the frequent transition areas that they're using? This can be used for new opportunities. And as always, as we say in Google, be creative, be unique, and give the users something beautiful. So let's get a bit more into the technical implementation. The first thing that you're probably going to implement as an AdMob monetizer are banner ads. So these can either be text or display banners. However, as a developer, the implementation is exactly the same for each type. So all you're going to want to do is log into your AdMob account and create a new banner in your ad units. You can do that simply, choose the refresh rate, name your banner, and you're done. Once that's done, it's down to the coding. So in your code, it obviously depends on which platform you're using, and I'm not going to go into specifics because the coding does vary, but you're going to want to declare a banner instance. Once you've done that, you'll assign your new ad unit ID to that banner, and then you'll make the request to our ad servers. Upon receiving our request, the ad server will look at a number of things, such as the device type, the language, the location. It might have your package ID or some additional information about the user, and will then return the most adequate ad for you at that time. Secondly, something which you might want to look into is interstitial ads. Now, these are the ads which take over the full screen, and Daniele will talk about more about these in the later section. But again, these can show as display banners or text banners. The implementation is exactly the same again as it would have been for the banners. So let's log into your AdMob account, and this time select interstitial, choose your interstitial timeout. So this just decides how long we'll wait for the server to respond with an ad before we give up and move on. This is just to stop the users having an adverse effect. Name the ad and hit save. So when it comes down to implementation, again, it will vary for each platform based on the programming language. But in each case, we're going to declare an interstitial and again, specify your ad unit. So basically, we're creating an interstitial in your app, letting the app know your ad unit ID from the account so we know exactly which settings to pull through. Then we can make the request and load the ad in. And then when we're ready to, we can display that interstitial ad. Finally, smart banners. Now, these are a great way to really adapt to the fragmented screen widths of different devices. So what they'll do, and you'll see from the display banner or the text banner, they'll really just fit in with the width of the current device at that time. So if it's a display banner, we'll add some padding either side and center the image ad. Or if it's text ad, we'll just stretch it out and show more textual content. So this time, it looks the same, so go in and create a banner ad in your account, choose the refresh rate and name it, hit save. And the great thing is the implementation is almost exactly the same. This time, instead of creating a standard banner, we just define the banner size slightly differently. So for example, in Android, it's called Smart Banner. Then we'll specify the ad unit again and make the request, and our servers handle the rest. They'll return the display or text ad rendered in the right way with the correct width. We've got some great additional controls for you as a monetizer in AdMob. So number one is the child-directed settings. So if you want to, make us aware that your app is being used by a young audience, then you can send us some signals, which will mean that we won't return you remarketing or interest-based targeted ads, which fall in line with COPPA's standards. Secondly, and this is really key, as a developer, when you're testing, it's really not best practice to be pulling in live ads, and it could cause you problems later down the line. So you can actually declare that you're running some tests, and then we'll just return to you test ads. And you can actually either run these on an emulator or a real device. And with everything in this presentation, there's full instructions on our developer website. Finally, you can give us some additional controls for how you want text ads to look. So whether that be the background, the border, or the URL colors, that's all down to you as the AdMob monetizer. Finally, I just want to touch on some points about mediation. So this is the ability to pull in other networks in AdMob, and as I said, Daniele will be talking more in detail about these sort of things in the next session to follow. But from a technical standpoint, it's fairly simple to implement, as we've worked hard with many of the major networks to work on this. So first of all, you're going to want to include that third-party networks SDK. Once you've done that, you want to include the adapter, which basically lets our SDK know how to talk to their SDK. Once you've done this, there are a few platform-specific things that you'll want to do. So, for example, in iOS, you'll want to add a couple of linker flags for that. And in Android, you'll want the XML declaration for that SDK. Once you've done that, it's all about front-end implementation. So you'll select which ad network you're using, log in, and enter the platform-specific site ID or ad unit ID. And from then on, you can choose how everything runs from the front end. With that basically brings the end of just the beginning starting point. So I'm looking forward to hearing from some of you in the future.
Excellent. Thanks for sharing, Adam. One question, in terms of interstitials, we know the developers are getting very good results with them, but some question I sometimes get is, it's a big image, so wouldn't it take some time for it to load, and therefore it wouldn't provide a very good user experience?
Yeah, that's a great question. I mean, we do get that a lot, and that's why we've actually got the two aspects of interstitials. So the first part will actually be to load the ad, but that doesn't actually mean we're going to show it. So you can actually be doing that in the background when the user's perhaps playing a game. So as he starts the game, you could load the ad. So our server's already returned to you the image that it's going to show. And then when you're ready, perhaps he's not finished the game, or he's ended up skipping a level, then that's when you can choose to actually just show that ad to the user. Also, if you're very concerned, you can set the interstitial timeout to quite a small period.
Fantastic. Thank you. I think there will be more questions in terms of interstitials, but maybe we'll leave it to Daniele, as you said, to continue with that part.
Perfect.
Thank you so much
Thanks
for
a lot,
sharing
guys.
your thoughts.
So I guess now.
Good stuff.
How was it?
Yeah, great script.
Was it long enough?
No, yeah, I think it was good. Oh, we didn't measure the time. I think that's probably about 5 minutes, I would think.
Yeah, I think we're all going to be shorter than we thought.
Maybe the developers like that.
I mean, I'm not going to be able to tell them how to code on day one, but
Exactly.
just to,
But I thought it was very good, specific and to the point, and flowed naturally. So good stuff. I'm sorry, I forgot the question. I had to ask you to do the handover.
no, it's fine. Next in. So I'll just give you a quick brief run through. So you can control the slides.
Yep.
When you get to the end, just stop on your last slide.
Yep.
And then just do the same linking back to Bridget, right? So Bridget will.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you. Okay. Awesome. Great stuff.
I'm pretty sure one point I looked like this. Like, my camera.
Okay, so the camera is this one, yeah.
Is that one over there? Yes.
I'm not in the
In the picture, right?
okay, so it should.
So yeah. So we're going to start us, and then when you start presenting, I'll just click here. A couple of questions that I should ask you. Do you have to make a couple of questions?
Yeah, I was thinking. Let me know what you think. By the way, why we should? Why would you recommend to use interstitial instead of normal banners?
Good, because I asked him a question about interstitials, and we said, well, there will be more questions, but now Daniele, who's the expert, will.
Okay.
So why interstitials instead of normal banners?
Yes, and another one would be. I will talk. What I can do, I can talk in very, very general, broad terms about mediation, and then what you can do is ask: are there any are there different types of mediations there? Like, what are the
Okay, you gave us a nice overview of mediation, but
Yeah.
Could you be a bit more specific of the different types there are?
Yeah, exactly. I can go more in detail, but if you want, you can ask for more detail. Or like.
I mean, that's the question I want.
Okay, that's the
Sorry.
question. They were gonna put this in the.
But is that the kind of question that
Yeah.
you expect me to ask?
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry. I'm getting so much in the role
Can you be more
already.
specific? Okay, you are really institutional. Okay, so I won't be.
No, maybe you guys should use the other wording. How would you phrase it?
No, it's very natural. Like, are there different types of mediation? Like, what are the main mediation features? Things like this.
Okay.
I don't know. Like, really, let's do that, and then we can. Yeah. I mean, if we mistake something, we can redo it. Not like we can.
So basically,
do it twice.
interstitials, why that and not banners, and then mediation.
Yeah.
Can you go into a bit more detail?
Or maybe instead of why them and no banners, why them together with banners, like, because we don't want to give the message banners are evil while interstitial are better. Like, why would you also suggest to implement interstitial on top of normal or smart banners? That could be.
Should we use banners or interstitials or both? Can you clarify?
Yeah, exactly. Or like, okay, if I'm a developer, what would you recommend me to use? Banner? What should I prefer? And then I would say, okay, they can coexist together in the same app. They can. Okay.
Cool. Now,
what's the introduction like?
So he has just finished, and I'm thinking, what's going to be the transition between Adam leaving and you coming?
Yeah.
Is that going to be like a fade to black and then fade back in?
Maybe I can enter, like, I don't know, no, it's better not to move, actually.
I think it will be that, because when he finished, we were like, okay, we're done. Right, so, I mean, that would be a fade to black. I can't think of another way.
Yeah.
We didn't do it.
But we can do that in the editing, no?
Yeah, exactly.
So,
okay.
Let me see, sorry, what's the best option for me? I don't want to look at here, because if I look always at here, well, because people will see that I'm looking at the laptop.
No, but when you're presenting, unless you're good, so first is going to be us two talking, and then when you, okay, let's go, let's dive in. Then I click there, and then.
Okay, and then they will. Okay, perfect. So I can keep the laptop here. Perfect.
And then just give me some sort of signal that your presentation is over, and finally this and this and this, and then you tell me,
go like this.
Okay, go like that, and then I go back, and I say, okay,
let's
for sharing, and ask you the two questions. cool. So, should I say something like session 2 or no? No. Okay. So now we're going to speak about optimization strategy.
Optimization and best practices around that.
Optimization and best. Yes. Okay. And you are Daniele Petrone, and your title?
I don't know, partner manager, AdMob partner manager at Google for AdMob.
Okay, AdMob partner manager. Okay.
Okay, so you will introduce yourself. Okay.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah. Okay. 3.
Let me check. Okay, it's moving.
Okay. 3, 2, 1, 0.
Wait, sorry. The Android thingy. Okay.
Oh.
I'm joking.
You can see that. That's my fault. That makes you self-conscious about that. Like Google there.
Do we have I can see.
You can sit on that.
Let's see if you can see. No, you need it. No worries. Like that, it's too small. Okay.
You can't see the
Yeah, exactly. No, they need to see your thingy.
I want to put it on my ass as well. That works. It's just right there.
No, come here.
Yeah, it's good. It's good.
Can I see that?
It's just that they're there, but they don't see that, right? So it's fine.
Okay.
It's just about like Google. Perfect.
Yeah, anyway.
Okay, cool. Oh, I'm too high. Look, it cuts my hair.
Okay.
It's fine that they don't see my Google here. I mean, they should see my hair, no? I mean,
They shouldn't see my hair.
They shouldn't cut my hair. Okay, it's fine this way. It's a googly color. Okay. So I'm gonna start with like a welcome back. Okay. Welcome back. 3. Just this one over here. 3, 2, 1. Welcome back. Here we are, Google AdMob Masterclass, and now we have Daniele Cutrone, who is an AdMob partner and on a daily basis speaks with some of our highest potential developers. He's going to share with you some of the best practices in order to optimize your account. Daniele.
Thanks a lot, Miguel. I'm really excited to be here with you today and to be working with developers on a daily basis in the mobile space. So before starting and just with an overview on the main features that AdMob can offer now, I just wanted to go back to 2010 and to show you how Google AdMob has developed and as well. Can we do it again?
Yeah, sure. Sure.
I was thinking
we did a test first, and you are not being given the chance to test.
It's fine. It's fine. Now I was just thinking that probably this slide is useless, but no, let's do that anyway. Sorry, that's why. Okay, go ahead.
Imagine this is the 10th time we do this. Okay, or this is
no worries, it's gonna be.
All right, so it's 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Welcome back. Here we are at the Google AdMob Masterclass, and now we're going to speak with Daniele Cutrone, who's our partner manager and speaks on a daily basis with some of our highest potential AdMob developers. Daniele is going to share with you some of the best practices in order to optimize your account and earn more revenue.
Thanks a lot, Miguel. I'm really excited to be here with you and to be working with you and all the developers in the mobile space.
Give it a go.
Okay, so before talking about the main AdMob features and why AdMob is one of the best networks in the market right now, I just wanted to give you an overview on the history of AdMob and how we worked at Google to integrate AdMob with our technology and with our latest innovations. So back in 2010, when we acquired Google, when we acquired AdMob, we knew that AdMob needed a lot of innovation. We knew that AdMob needed to be integrated with Google technologies. So right now, AdMob is a powerful platform. It's not anymore a network as it was back in 2010. And let's see what happened in the back in the past, in the last years. So in 2012, we had 1 million buyers, and in 2013, we decided to rebuild on the Google stack and try to connect all the Google advertisers, the AdWords advertiser mainly, to the AdMob developers. In this way, we created a powerful network, and we transformed AdMob into a real 360 degrees platform that can offer like full support to developers in terms of web analytics, app promotion, and of course monetization. And we're going to talk about monetization right now. So, as we were saying, AdMob is a real platform that can help you really boost your app business and build your app, promote your app, and then monetize your app at the same time. So, first of all, AdMob is a cross-platform solution. We have plus more than 1 million Google advertisers linked to our product, our infrastructure. We have the highest fill rates in the market. So, the average fill rates in all the markets in the world is around 90%. In the most mature market, we reach around 99% fill rate, which position us as the most powerful and ad network in the industry. As I was mentioning before, we are also using Google Ad Serving technology, which is now fully integrated in AdMob, and at the same time, we have implemented and rolled out a very, very robust global payment system, which is totally similar to the payment system that we have in AdSense. So those of you who are also AdSense publishers and AdSense partner will find exactly the same payment system here at AdMob. Just to show you how our product has improved in the very last few months, the eCPM growth between 2013 and 2014 rose by 120%, and this was mainly because of the innovations on the ad server side, and we are now able to grant higher CPMs across all markets by connecting more and more AdWords advertisers to our developers. And of course, the revenue paid to developers as a consequence increased by 100% from August 2013 to the first months of 2014. So let's have a look at the numbers around AdMob. Of course, as I was saying before, AdMob now represents the #1 mobile display network worldwide. We're able to reach around 900 million unique devices each month. We have more than 650K apps that are using AdMob to monetize their inventory and to actually grow and getting the value that they deserve in return. And then the AdMob CPMs, as I was saying before in the previous slides, has increased a lot in the last years, while the advertiser ROI has remained even, which means that we are working a lot to actually provide the maximum profitability to our developers. Let's have a very quick look at the main formats that AdMob offers today. First of all, we have to say that we worked a lot in the last years to improve the formats and to be really to actually position ourselves as market leaders when we talk about formats. The first format I want to show you today is the Smart Banner format that basically adapts based on the screen size and the screen width, and there is of course an automatic smart detection of the device, and of course the orientation changes accordingly. This is the type of banner that I would recommend you to use always, in any case, especially if you have a lot of traffic coming from different devices, tablets or smartphones. And this is an example of a smart banner. The app is Hill Climb Racing by Fingersoft, and as you can see, the orientation, the adaptation, the rendering of the banner itself is really, really good and high quality. The second format here is the full screen interstitial ad formats, which is a very popular format in the industry. As you might already know, we offer two types of interstitials: static banners and app download banners, like app download advertisings. Interstitials are really good, and you can actually fix and change the timeout of the interstitial. You can choose after how many seconds you want to you want your interstitial to time out. Usually, when you implement interstitial, you will experience an increase in fill rates and a slight fall in CPMs, but the overall revenue will be positively impacted as a consequence of a rise in CTRs. The last format that I want to show you today is the TrueView video ad format. This is a new format, and it's going to be a big bet for 2014. And I want to say this, I want to remark this because just to tell you that we are the first network offering a TrueView format in the mobile app industry, and this is really, really important. So the reason why we want to see video ad formats on mobile applications, it's of course because we want to clearly understand what the user like, what the user want to see when they look at us when using apps. So we know that users are usually highly engaged with video ads, hence we really want to push this new format on our interstitial inventory. This is an example of how video ad formats will look like and video ads look like. At the moment, this format is only limited to few beta testers, but will be soon rolled out to all the publishers, to all the AdMob partners. Okay, just to end up, after the formats, I wanted to show you also like what are the possibilities and all the features in terms of filters and controls that you can have of your ads. This is really similar to AdSense. Once again, if we have any AdSense publishers or former AdSense publishers watching us, so first of all, you can configure and control all the categories that you want to show on your inventory. Of course, we are able to deliver only the most relevant ads to the users. The ads are delivered based on the interest of the user, the type of the app, and the vertical, of course, to which the app is actually associated. You can avoid showing competitor ads, so you can block specific competitors if you don't want to cannibalize your direct sales, for example. And of course, you can have full visibility on the ads that run on your app. For those of you who will use more than one network on their apps, as I was saying before, AdMob has now become a real 360-degree platform, and it's now possible to run multiple app networks and to manage them efficiently through mediation. So when we talk about mediation, we talk about managing the CPMs coming from different networks. In this example here, the ones you can see in the slide, we have a situation with 5 networks running on the app. And until you start maximizing and managing the fluctuations of each network through mediation, until you start doing that, you won't be able to maximize your overall revenue. This is really important. So each network CPM, eCPM, has natural fluctuations during the year. This can be mainly caused by demand fluctuations, like different demands for each network. It can also be caused by seasonality, by natural seasonality, and also by the ad serving infrastructure of that specific network. Through mediation within AdMob, you are able to maximize the overall CPM curve that you will get from all the networks. I will be very quick here. So you have several possibilities when it comes to ad network optimization and network mediation. But just to show you how it works, you can set floor prices for each network. You can create a mediation stack and then prioritize each network based on the average eCPM that each network can offer. Our platform, our technology will be able to show the network that pays the highest eCPM at any given time of the day or a day of the week. This was the last slide. Thanks a lot. Before we move to the next session.
Thank you, Daniele. Let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
You spoke about banners and you spoke about interstitials, which are doing pretty well. So maybe some of our audience is thinking, should I use banners or should I use interstitials? Should I use a mixture of the two?
Yeah, so I would definitely recommend to use both formats. So banners, of course, should be implemented in the main interfaces of your app, but then, of course, you can implement your interstitial at the end of the app when the app is launched or between one screen and another. Interstitial are definitely complementary ad formats when compared to the smart banners or to the standard banners. But interstitial is one of the most performing and the highest paying format that we have right now. So it's really important to have them implemented as much as possible within your app.
Thanks. What about mediation?
Yeah.
You gave a landscape of it, but could you be a bit more specific?
So going back to the slide, I can use the slide to give you an example. We have two main features when it comes to mediation. So ad network optimization and the live CPM feature. I will start from the live CPM features, which is on the right side of the slide. So with live CPM, we are basically able to create a mediation waterfall, a mediation stack. You will be able to set floor prices for each network. And then the system, our technology, our platform will pull, will actually publish the ad that pays the most coming from each network and from the Google demand sources and from programmatic sources as well. So it's all automated and it's based on the CPM that you're going to set at each network level, while and this applies to all the other networks you're using. And for AdMob, it's actually based on an automatical positioning that we do at network level. So basically, the CPM for AdMob will be automatically triggered every time a bid takes place. The second type of mediation is ad network optimization, and this is a new feature for AdMob, and is actually through these features we are able to directly pull CPMs from all the networks and position each network and recreate a mediation stack twice a day based on the network that pays the most. So that's only limited to a few networks right now. More networks will be able to share this data with us in the future, but it's something that really positions AdMob as #1 in the market when it comes to this type of technology.
Fantastic. I think you made a pretty good case that it's no longer just an advertising network, but an actually 360 platform.
Absolutely.
Great. Thank you so much, Daniele. That was very insightful. And we're going to continue now with support cases and problems and policy, how you can sustain your account for the long term, making sure that everything is fine. Thank you so much, Daniele.
Thank you.
Okay. It was so bad.
Do you want to give it another go? We have time.
Maybe yes, if we can, yes.
Yeah.
I will be super fast
Get
because
some water if you want. Get a break.
no, because I didn't have much time to prepare it, but yeah, as you can see.
It's totally okay. We can do another round. So if you feel better,
yes, I will try to follow more the storyline here, because I think we should remove some slides. Because this one here, I was wondering if we can share this or not.
In case of doubt, throw it out.
Yeah. And I think I'm saying too many information. I'm communicating too much information.
I feel like at the beginning it was too much like, this is AdMob, this is our story and stuff. Whereas maybe they expected more like, you know, what can I do? You know, like tricks, what should I do, recommendations, optimization advice.
Okay.
I felt like that was a bit too much, because things like high potential, you probably already know, like the grand scheme of things. It was good as an introduction, but I felt like it was too much of AdMob on us and too little at the beginning about them, because they're only interested in what can I do about this. Okay, fine. I don't care that you guys are growing.
So I shouldn't show this one, or maybe be very quick on that. Yeah, I would be very quick on that.
Through it.
Yeah. Okay.
What do you think? Make sense?
5 minutes, like a 10-minute session, very quick.
Yeah.
Let's do
no,
it.
don't worry. We have time.
I'll be super fast.
Okay.
Because
I'm just gonna let them know that it's just gonna be another 10 minutes, and then another 10 minutes per shoot, and we're done.
Okay.
Yeah. Extra minutes. We're gonna be another 10 minutes, just so you know, and then you go. You're gonna be like 5 minutes, right? Sure. Okay. Just so you know. What? I close the curtain.
shit.
Yeah, it was
like, okay.
No problemo.
Thanks, Miguel.
So that was the rehearsal.
Yeah, that was the very long rehearsal.
Cool. Okay, I didn't need to touch anything. So.
How to make it more...
Can you start me by telling them, like,
I would like to make it more informal.
by the end of this, you
More
want to learn to
impersonal.
do this and this and this? Like, that should be able to raise your revenue and should be able to simplify your account. I don't know, something that is like really a value added for them.
Yeah, exactly.
Like a pitch.
It was a bit too pitch to... Okay. Yeah.
You let me know when you're ready. It's already recorded.
That's true. Okay, go ahead, no more.
Okay.
I will be here.
Cool, you're gonna do great. Awesome. So 3, 2, 1, here we go. Welcome back. Here we are at the Google AdMob Masterclass. And now we have Daniele Cutrone, who's a partner, manager, and speaks on a daily basis with some of our highest potential AdMob developers. He's going to share with you some of the best tips, best practices, and how to optimize your account and get those revenues up. Daniele.
Thanks a lot, Miguel. I'm really excited to be here with you today. I'm gonna show you what's the best way to maximize your revenue, what are the formats that we can offer, and how we can really help you thrive in the mobile apps business. Okay, first of all, a very brief overview on how we are investing in the mobile app ecosystem. First of all, we bought AdMob in 2010, and since 2010, we have been investing a lot to increase the technology and to provide you with the best technology ever that we can offer, and with a product that can really help you promote and get all the value that you should deserve from the original content and from your app. So in 2012, we reached 1 million buyers. We were built on Google Stack. We built the whole product on Google Stack in 2013, and in 2014, we achieved our goal of having and creating a full 360-degree platform that can help you promote your app, monetize your app, and analyze your traffic. AdMob is a cross-platform solution. It's good for Android, iOS, Windows Phone. We have the highest and biggest advertisers base in the market. Approximately 1 million Google advertisers are now connected to you, developers. We have the highest fill rates. So fill rates on average are 90% across all markets. In the most mature markets, we have 99% fill rates. So we can definitely say that you're gonna really benefit from our very, very high fill rates. Google Ad Serving technology is now fully integrated within our products, which means that you also have the latest technology and the most advanced technology when it comes to mediation and to ad serving within your product, within your account. Global and robust payment system means that we fully integrated our payments infrastructure and system within the AdMob interface. And those of you who are already using AdSense as a product, and those of you who were AdSense partners in the past, will see an exactly identical payment system within AdMob. So payments, on-time payments, and a very robust and efficient system. A very good news for developers and for the industry for the overall industry. The eCPM growth was around 120% between 2013 and 2014. So that's really good news, and this is a result of new features, new products, and the latest technology that we launched for AdMob. The revenue paid to developers increased by 100% between August 2013 and the very first months of 2014, which is another great news for us and for you as AdMob partners and developers. We are now the #1 mobile display network worldwide. The AdMob network is now reaching 900 million unique devices per month. We have more than 650K apps that are using AdMob to monetize their own inventory. And as I said before, the CPM has increased by 120%, which is pretty awesome, while advertiser ROI has remained even. And this means that we are definitely working to increase the ROI for publishers, but at the same time, we are also really investing a lot in increasing the advertisers' effectiveness and campaign performance. So let's have a look at the main formats that we are now offering within the product. You might have already heard about them, and I will try to cover all of them just to give you some good recommendations on which formats perform better and which formats you should implement on your app. So let's start with the smart banners. Smart banners are able basically to detect the width of the screen and deliver ads accordingly. As you can see in the example, the detection is completely automatic, and the orientation like consistently deliver ads that fit the screen. And you can see an example here from Hill Climb Racing by Fingersoft. The ad is completely adapted to the screen. So I would definitely encourage you to implement this type of formats, which is the smart banner ad formats, especially if you have a lot of traffic coming from different platforms like tablet and smartphone. The second format I want to talk to you about is the interstitial full screen ad formats. This is a very popular format within the industry, and I'm happy to say that we have the highest fill rate in the industry for this format. We have two types of interstitial. The first type is the static banner, which you can see on the left side of the slide. And the second type of banner is the app download banner interstitial, which is pretty popular for, of course, mobile app campaigns. You won't be able to choose what type of advertising you will receive on your smartphone, on your ad units, but both of them are very, very performing, and I would definitely encourage you to try this format as soon as possible, because this is the format that yields, delivers the highest CPMs in the market. The third format that we have now available on AdMob, it's in beta test, but it's going to be released soon to everybody, to all the developers, is the TrueView video ad format. I'm really happy to say that we are the first network offering this format, a TrueView format on apps, and this is because we're really keen on understanding what the user appreciates when it comes to ads on apps, and we know that users really love videos and that users are really engaged when it comes to video, so we are trying to integrate video and TrueView video formats on mobile apps. Okay, this is just to give you an example of how a video ad experience is on a smartphone. So as you can see, you will see a full screen video, and you will have the opportunity to actually skip the video if you don't like the video, or actually click on the video if you are interested in the advertising. Exactly as it is in AdSense, you have like 100% power on your ad inventory, so it's really, really easy to configure and set like controls and filters within your AdMob account. You can choose which category of advertising you want to see on your app, and you can definitely make sure that you are showing the most relevant ads to the users, and that you are not cannibalizing your direct sales by showing competitor ads. This means basically that you can block your competitor ads, you can block the specific categories, you can choose definitely which type of ad should run on your app, and view afterwards the ads that actually run on your app, which is really, really good for you. Well, I'm not sure if everybody will be using other networks, but for those who intend to use more than one networks, it's really good to consider mediation, and this is one of the main technologies that is available now on AdMob. So through mediation, you're able to maximize the overall CPM curve. So the curve that is given, the aggregate curve that is given from all the curve from other networks. Okay. I think we can just start from here, right?
Let's start from this screen. And
what were you saying? Sorry, wait.
You made a pause before the screen, so start this from zero. But do it a bit quicker. I still have 2 questions to ask you.
Okay.
Go through this one pretty.
I don't know how many of you will be using other networks together with AdMob, but just to tell you that it's really important to have the networks to build up a mediation stack if you want to use more than one network, and try to look at maximizing the overall eCPM that you're getting from all the networks, and not just the CPM from each single network. Until you start maximizing and looking and managing the overall eCPM from all the networks, you won't be able to grow your business and to make more money with your app. We have several features when it comes to mediation. The 2 main features are ad network optimization and live CPM. I won't go through very much into detail with these 2 features, but in general, you will be able to set up floor prices for each network and then build up a mediation waterfall. And the system will automatically be able to prioritize each network based on the floor price and the performance of that network at a given time of the year, the day, or the week. And that's it. Before we move to the next session, maybe we have some questions here.
Thank you. Yes, a question would be, some developers tell me, okay, we have banners and we have interstitials, but which one should I choose? Should I do a mix between the 2? What are your thoughts on that?
Well, I would definitely recommend to use both formats. So it's really good to use both banners or smart banners together with interstitial, because of course you are going to place interstitial. You're not going to place interstitials on one screen or on one interface. You're going to place interstitial at the end of the app, at the end of the interface of a navigation area within the app, or at the beginning of the app. So there are definitely complementary formats, and you can use both of them. The smart banners within the interface and the interstitial in between.
Okay, thank you. And mediation, you give us a broad overview.
Yeah.
Can you be a bit more specific?
Yeah, so we have 2 different, 2 main features when it comes to mediation. The live CPM. Through live CPM, we are able to automatically position AdMob and make sure that the first request goes to AdMob. Whenever AdMob is able to beat the eCPM, the average eCPM, which means the 4 prices that you set at each ad network level, whenever AdMob is able to do that, then we will show AdMob ads. We will make sure, however, to show the network that pays the most each time whenever a bid takes place. And this is live CPM. With ANO, which is the ad network optimization feature, is the latest features that we just released a few months ago. We are able to dynamically pull eCPMs from a limited number of other networks that are sharing their data with us, and hence we are basically able to publish the ad from the network that pays the most at the given time, at that given time of the day. So everything is automated. You won't be you won't need to set floor prices manually, but everything is going to be dynamically pulled, and the bid will happen accordingly.
No reason not to do it then.
Absolutely.
Daniele, thank you so much for sharing your tips.
Thank you, Miguel. Thank you.
And okay. Yeah, that's it. Yeah. All right, good stuff.
Wow. Yeah.
Better.
Like
Better.
Cool.
Yeah. Next one.
God is.
Yeah, no, the second part, yeah. Yeah, it's fine.
Okay.
Great. Okay.
Okay.
Just give me 1 or 2 questions.
How should we do this? Like,
How long do you think you're going to take? Take whatever time you need, but just let
very
me know.
short, very short.
Great. I think Vanilla was a bit longer than Adam, so if you're a bit shorter, then it's better.
The question is if I can read it out so no one sees me.
If you put a presentation, yes, right? So I can put here your presentation. That's what Adam did. He was reading through it. The presentation.
The thing is, I can read behind.
You don't need to. You can read. I mean, they're going to be seeing the
Okay,
slides.
perfect. So,
So I'm just going to introduce you, and then we jump right into your presentation, and then you can pick up the paper. So what's your role?
Yeah, because I was thinking maybe that you can mention that in support we get lots of questions regarding policies and payments. So we will give you an overview.
Okay.
I think just very.
So from the support side, we get a lot of questions regarding payments and regarding how to sustain your account for the long term, right? So you're in good terms with Google policy. So we have today Brigitte, who's from our support team. Do you want me to say another role or?
No, that's fine.
From our support team
Yeah, sure.
to address your questions. Okay, let's do that then. Okay, so.
One last thing is, do you want to maybe ask the first question? Like, tell us a little about the importance of AdMob policies. So we have a little chat, and then because I don't have a slide for the first question.
Okay. Okay. So first, I'll put this here. You don't hold the paper, right? When we see each other. Introduction. I'll ask you. So why should we be concerned about policy? You answer that, and it's like, okay, let's jump right into the presentation.
Okay.
Boom. Put the presentation. Pick up the paper. You read through it,
Perfect.
and then do I need to ask you one question at the end?
The thing is, you could ask me actually. Last one would be in terms of payment thresholds or payment schedules. Can publishers make changes? But it would be out of the blue that you suddenly ask me something.
You know what? Since I asked you one at the beginning, it might be fine.
So should I give you a sign or something?
Yeah, just give me a sign, and then so that I go back to us and like, okay, thank you so much, Brigitte, and we close it off.
Okay, perfect. So you asked me that question without changing back to the slide. Like the slide keeps moving, so I can read this.
One question. I only asked you one question at the beginning.
Exactly, right? And this one we talk like it's shown, and then we keep the slides on until the end.
No, in the end, then when you're done, you give me a signal, so I go back to us, and we see each other, and then I say goodbye.
Perfect.
Okay. All right. So that's it. Don't recording anyways. So this is like the 10th time that you're doing it, right? That's the mindset. Like, you're bored, you have to do another hangout on it.
Well, not really.
No, that's the mindset, right? Okay. So it's like you're fed up. We're doing hangouts on here. So it's like zero pressure. Very, very casual.
One time
Okay. 3, 2, 1. You good? 3, 2, 1. 3, 2. Are you like a bit too much outside or? Yeah. Okay. 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Welcome back to the Google AdMob Masterclass. We get a lot of questions about payments and about how do I stay in good terms with Google policy so that my account goes through the long term. Well, we have today Brigitte from support team. Welcome, Brigitte.
Thank you.
And she's going to address some of the most frequently asked questions. One question in particular I have actually. Why should we care about policy?
Good question, actually. Policies are important to maintain the high quality ad network that we have right now. So it's really important that everybody creates a good surrounding, and that people care about the user and care about the user experience on mobile. So a lot of policies are really important in every aspect. So the better ad network we have, the more publishers will make, because the more advertisers will actually spend. And a big aspect of it is, of course, the ad placement policies that I will get more into in a second.
Great. Well, let's just jump right into your presentation.
Perfect. The first question we always have is which ad placement recommendations we get and what other policies should be taken into account. So the main policy that is different and unlike AdSense is that only one ad per screen is allowed in AdMob. If the publisher, however, has a page with a scroll down function, they can put 2 ads per page, but the only one ad at the time should be visible to the user. And in terms of implementation, A good recommendation is to implement the ad on the title screen of the app and not on the game playing page, since there's a lot of typing and clicking interaction and accidental clicks are more likely to happen. An ad could also be implemented on the upper part of the screen, for example, with the title of the ad being between the ad and the interactive content, so that there's a lot of space between the interactive content and the actual ads. Also, ads should not be implemented close to the navigation bar, and publishers should always make sure that the ads don't overlap with the content. A good tip here is to create a space, a so-called buffer, between an ad and the interactive content to keep it safe. So there are also some recommendations in terms of content policies. We are, of course, a family-safe network, and the same rules we have for AdSense also apply for AdMob. So we don't allow adult content, violence, hate, drug-related content, and so on. Also, an important aspect is that ads on page with little or no content are not allowed, and as well as framing other people's content or other people's pages, since it's not owned by the publisher. And the final advice, AdMob and AdSense should also not be used on the same page. If a publisher has a mobile site, he can use AdSense for mobile. So AdMob is purely for apps. Another question we get is a lot concerning payments. So one of the questions is, what's the big difference between estimated and finalized earnings? So estimated earnings reflect close estimates of recent account activity as soon as possible. However, these earnings aren't finalized until the end of the month, and so they won't necessarily reflect the amount that the publisher will ultimately be paid out. So finalized earnings include all revenue that publishers will be paid for validated and click impressions. If the publisher, however, is seeing a large difference between earnings and finalized earnings, it's most probably due to unvalid click activity, and aspects like ad placements that we just talked before should be reviewed as soon as possible just to avoid a large amount of invalid clicks for the next time. And one last thing, if the publisher suspects any sabotage or invalid click activity by a third party, he can use this form that we are showing here actually to report to our spam team. So, and one other question would be in terms of threshold and payment schedules. A lot of people ask us if there is a change that they can make in the threshold. So the official payment threshold is €70 or $100. However, they can change it and increase it. So if they want to get paid out once they have a bigger amount of money, they can put the amount they want themselves into the account. And also the payment schedule, like we get the question if publishers actually can change it. They can't. This is currently not possible. However, payments can be put on hold temporarily, of course, also. And both of these aspects can be changed within the account in AdMob by going to the payment settings. And actually, that would be it in terms of lots of questions we get related to AdSense and policy.
Fantastic. Brigitte, thank you so much for sharing. We hope that was helpful, and we hope you enjoyed this masterclass. If you have more questions, what they should do, what should they do?
They can contact us over the AdMob Help Center. We have a lot of questions are answered already in the AdMob Help Center, but they can, of course, contact us through the forms that are available around the most frequently asked questions.
What will be the key term that you need to Google in order to find that website?
It's admob.com, and we have the new version. The Help Center is, so if you go to Google and click and type in new AdMob Help Center V2 for the new version, because we have the new AdMob right now online, they will find it, so there's no problem.
Fantastic. Thank you so much, Brigitte.
Thank you.
And thank you everyone for listening.
Can we so do it again?
You want to do it again?
Yeah, because the last question was a bit like shitty in terms of, because that's what I actually told, that it's a bit difficult to get to the AdMob Help Center. So I don't know.
Do you want to do again just the last question?
We should mention that. I don't know. There's no way to see it actually. No.
What do you mean?
Like to do it again, like the whole thing.
You want to do again the whole thing?
Is it possible? Like,
well, we can, but I had a meeting with the ambassador 5 minutes ago, so I will miss out on that. But if you think we should do it, then we'll do it. Like you want to do the whole thing, that was not good.
I don't know, like just did the other ones like don't do like.
Adam didn't, and then it was really nervous, kind of shaky. But it's fine if you want to do it all.
Do you think it's?
If you think you'll do it better, then what didn't you like?
There's some parts I think. For example, the presentation didn't work for.
Actually, you know what?
For a long time.
Because the presentation part, my face is not there. So in theory, you don't need me, right? You know what I mean?
Yeah, like no, you like.
Okay, I could go.
Yeah, sure. Okay. Shall I just do it? Yeah, I can read it again, like without you, and you just.
So just start. I'm just gonna put it here, and then just start the pitch from there. From there, I went to you finish, and then we already have this part with us.
But one thing, don't take the last part where we talked about the AdMob Help Center, because I don't know if it should be externally mentioned with the V2. It's a bit of.
Okay, then let's do that part at the end. No.
Yeah, shall we do it now?
Yeah. Okay. So this is cut 2 of the outro of Brigitte's talk. Mm-hmm. Okay. So we're gonna go put your last slide, and then we make that transition. Okay. Is that one right?
Yeah, there was actually
Okay, let's see. Which, by the way, you forgot to put your.
Do you think that's a problem? That one, like if I suddenly.
I put it for the second half. I had it here.
Okay,
so be quiet for a few seconds.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you very much, Brigitte, for sharing those topics with us. And I hope that was helpful for our audience. If they have any other question, where should they go?
They can go to the AdMob Help Center, and they will find all the information they need. In that Help Center, and also they can see forms where they can contact us if they have specific questions.
Fantastic. Thank you very much, Brigitte.
Thank you.
And thank you very much for watching. Good luck. Okay.
So shitty. Okay, perfect.
You want to record your part?
Yeah, I will record. Yeah, sure. It's even.
Which is my mic.
Oh, good.
Well, it would say here, right? This is mine. Okay. Can you just leave it in my desk when you're done?
Sure.
Okay.
Perfect.
Awesome. Thank you. Sorry.
So the first question we should also then you will cut it.
Oh. No, that's fine. Because there's no presentation for that.
Yeah, we had that and then we skipped to the other one.
And then I say, okay, we dive into your presentation, and then we start it.
Okay, perfect. Yeah. Okay, you want to go afterwards? What do? I just stop the broadcast
just
and that's
click
it.
Stop broadcast.
Perfect.
Okay.
Thank you. Well, I'll wait until you close the door. Okay. So a lot of questions we get in support is about placements and what recommendation we can give in terms of what other policies should be taken into account when using AdMob. So the main policy is that unlike AdSense, only one ad per screen is allowed in AdMob. If the publisher has a page with a scroll down function, however, he can put 2 ads per page, but only 1 ad at the time should be visible to the user. In terms of ad implementation, a good recommendation is to implement the ad on the title screen of the app and not on the game playing page, since there's a lot of typing and clicking interaction on the game playing page and accidental clicks are more likely to happen. An ad could also be implemented on the upper part of the screen, with the title of the ad being between the ad and the interactive content, so that there is a bigger space between those two aspects. Also, an ad should not be implemented close to the navigation bar, and publishers should always make sure that their ads don't overlap with the content. A good tip here is to create a space, a so-called buffer between ad and interactive content to keep it safe. So in terms of content policies, what is important to say is that we are a family-safe network, and so the same rules we have for AdSense apply for AdMob. We don't allow adult content, violence, hate, or drug-related content, and so on. Also, an important aspect is that ads on pages with little or no original content are not allowed, as well as framing other web pages that are not owned by the developer placing the ads. And one last advice, AdMob and AdSense should also not be used on the same page. If a publisher has a mobile site, he can use AdSense for mobile. AdMob is purely for apps. Now, changing the subject to payments, one question that is often asked is what is the difference between estimated and finalized earnings? So estimated earnings reflect close estimates of recent account activity as soon as possible. However, these earnings aren't finalized until the end of the month and won't necessarily reflect the amount that publishers will ultimately be paid. So finalized earnings include all revenue that publishers will be paid for validated clicks and impressions. If the publisher is seeing a large difference between the earnings and the finalized earnings, it is most probably due to invalid click activity, and aspects like ad placements that we just talked about before should be reviewed as soon as possible to avoid the large amount of invalid clicks for the next time. And the last advice, if the publisher suspects sabotage or any invalid click activity by a third party, he can use this form I'm showing right now to report it to the spam team. In terms of thresholds or payment schedules, we also get questions around that. So for example, if the payment threshold can be changed. So the minimum threshold is not negotiable. So we have 70 euro, but actually publishers can increase that amount. But it cannot be lowered. And this can be changed through the account and payment settings. Also, the payment schedule cannot be changed currently, but payments can be put temporarily on hold. And this can also be done through the account and the payment settings. So this would be the most common questions we get right now regarding AdMob.
I think it's kind of like recording it and just let's not work off. I was like, I wanted to close it and it's okay. Yeah, like when the battery is empty, like see?
No.
Like I don't know how long it recorded. But
When did it arrive?
Hmm?
Did you finish it or?
I don't think so because it went off like in the last part and I was like, oh maybe it just shut down, but I didn't realize.
Probably
it was
cut that out more too.
Slides were wrong and I was like totally messing up. Anyways.
Yeah, they had the same problem. No worries.
But it was, I think, the rest.
Like, how do we end the hangout? Because if we.
I think it's closed
Yeah,
already.
let's try to. Look, this is not working.
If we could turn it on again, I would do it.
But we need this. We need this.
His password and everything.
Oh shit. Because he just left and then it went off, right?
I think we can just cut it. Yeah. Yeah, let's not make it complicated. But this is not my laptop, my smartphone.
And I also looked into the camera when I was talking to him, like, hello, who's you? Oh my god.
I had the same
I
like.
totally messed up, I think, but whatever.
Yeah, no, at the beginning I was doing too much